Uh-oh. What happened? Where's the oh, Spotify now been open. I'm like, where's the music go? But that's what happened. Spotify now been open. We need to fix that. Let's go ahead and fix that real quick. We want, where's the playlist? This playlist right here. My bad, y'all. Give me a couple of seconds. All right, we set. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. It's the boy Tru Inferno. Today's day is Sunday, October the 26th. All right, so this is October's edition of the Tru Inferno Show. So yeah, a lot going on this month, and one of them is in my hand. So I'm actually playing Legends ZA as we speak, believe it or not. I'm not joking, I'm dead serious. We speak. I am playing Legends ZA as something happened. Hold up. We're gonna do this. And then, yeah, a lot's going on right now. As I'm in the midst of training, a lot is going on right now. All right, so let's get on with the show actually. So let's get on with this month's edition of the Tru Inferno Show, which is right here. Bam, there we go, right here. And of course, got to showcase the game for you guys. All right, so as I said, a lot has happened this month. We're gonna talk about a lot of it. So let's not waste any time. Let's get on with this adventure, or with this episode rather, the Tru Inferno Show. All right, so y'all know where we're gonna start. The level system has been changed. We can now reach as high as level 80, although nobody's at that point yet, unless they severely cheated. And we're gonna talk about that too. We're gonna talk about that level 72 controversy that's been going on. But I think it kind of died down a bit. So we're gonna be talking about that as well. So let me give you guys an insight. Y'all can see it right there, but in case y'all missed it, I am at real talk. I did reach level 73 today. I reached level 73 today, and now I'm on the quest to reach level 74. So what we need to do, I already got first of all, I got 59 platinum medals. So the most you need to reach level 40 is 50. So I mean, not level 40, to reach level 80, excuse me. You need to have 50 platinum medals. So seeing how I got 59, I mean, we pretty much good on that part. So we also got to level up a max mood 20 times. We also got to explore 200 kilometers. And we got to complete 250 field research tasks. So yeah, hopefully I can get this done by Sunday. And that may be asking a lot there, but hopefully I can get that done by Sunday, because obviously I won't have the time to go out and constantly walk or travel like that in one day or anything like that. So there you go with that. The good thing that I got going for me is this weekend is TwitchCon. So there's going to be a lot of walking involved at TwitchCon, especially on Saturday. Friday, not so much because I got to work. But as soon as I get off work, I'm headed down straight to TwitchCon. And then obviously I'm gonna be down there Saturday as well. Sunday, no, no, there's no reason to go to TwitchCon on Sunday. So that's the major no, not needed, not necessary. No, just flat out, nah. All right, so there you go with that. And actually, one thing I do want to do is bring in my Charizard back in. There we go. We should be good with that. All right, so there you go with that. So yeah, and it's been a challenge to say the least. So reaching level 71 was no brainer. Let me get the task on another device. Let me go to the website and let me get the task up in terms of everything that we had to do to reach level 71, and then I can talk about whether or not they were difficult on me or not, and what all I did to reach that level. So yeah, there you go with that. Also, while I do that, chat, I can show you guys something else real quick. Where are you? Wait, first of all, let me get rid of the trash, which would be, oh no, we need to, we can't get rid of the trash. I need to save that for a task. That's right. So I'm not gonna get rid of the trash, but what I will do instead is this. There it is, chat. I got the shiny Sinistee earlier today. It's not going to be a part of any YouTube video or anything like that. I just so happened to went out there and I got the task. I mean, I got the shiny. So that's pretty much it. All right, so let's see. We're gonna go to, okay, here it is, 71. So to reach 71, again, platinum medals, we already got that covered. It was like 15 platinum medals. You need to power up a legendary or mythical 20 times, which was fairly easy since I had, obviously, I got a bunch of legendaries that were not powered up or anything like that. So there you go with that. I also, they also said make 999 at nice throws. That one was the challenge right there. That one was the challenge. It was a scenario where I think what I would do is I would go out and do my routes, because there's like 4 routes that I would do because they're all near my house. And what I would do is I would put on a daily venture instance, and when assuming that it goes for 30 minutes, that is, I can go through all 4 of these routes within those 30 minutes. So I would start the instance pretty much the same time I would start my first route. And then any Pokemon that I see pop up, I would try to get a nice throw or better. And I would go for that. Normally I would like try to quick catch him in case of a Galarian bug popped up. And oh, speaking of which, like within the past few days, I don't see you follow me on Twitter, excuse me. But I made a post on there rather, where I managed to get 2 Galarian birds pop up back to back. Not the one was shiny, unfortunately, but it did pop up back to back. I did catch one of them, and the other one fled on me. But it still doesn't change the fact that that did happen, though. 2 Galarian birds popped up back to back from one daily venture instance, which was crazy. I never seen that happen before. I have experienced 2 Galarian birds popped up in the same instance. I have experienced that like a handful of times. I remember the first one happening when I was in Tampa the day before my birthday. That was 2022. But for 2 Galarian birds to pop up back to back, that's to me is unheard of. But yet that happened with me. So some crazy stuff right there, but I do say so myself. But yeah, but back to this though. That 999, that was the toughest part for me. I don't remember how long that took me. That might have taken me 2 days to get done. But even though that was like the toughest part to reach level 71, it still wasn't bad though. So I got through that more or less no problem. Now let's move on to level 72, the climb to level 72 rather. This one was tough because I made a mistake. I made a mistake with this one. I kind of underestimated getting 1,000,000 starters. I kind of underestimated that because I didn't really truly start to work on that until like 3 days after I reached level 71. So here's the deal. Before I talk about that in greater detail, let me also talk about what all you need to do to reach level 72. So earn 20 platinum medals, which again was easy for the most part. We already got that done. We also had to follow a route 7 days in a row. So we had to do that. And then what else? Use 200 super effective charge attacks and earn 1,000,000 starters. So like I said, I started I didn't take the whole 1,000,000 starters thing seriously until like either day 3 or day 4 of my route thing. So that was a mistake on my part, if I do say so myself. So if you're stuck on that, the advice that I would give you is do research on which Pokemon give you that, like that spawns in the route, that is. Which Pokemon give you the most amount of starters? As of right now, as far as I know, I think part 2 just became active right now. But as far as I know, and actually they still spawning right now. I see 3 of them, and the 4th just the despawn. But the Alolan Meowth and the Sableye, they will give you the most amount of starters, especially if you have on a star piece. If you have a star piece running. Tyler, what's up? Thanks for the live stream. Welcome. So, like, out of all the Pokemon that are spawning around, if you see a Sableye, catch it. If you see a Alolan Meowth in the route, catch it. So you will get a lot of starters from that. And then of course, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but you have to do raids. raids will give you the most amount of Stardust, and I would advise you that to do doing a raid hour or like a raid day, or maybe I don't remember how much Stardust you get from doing Dynamax raids and Gigantamax, not raids, battles, Dynamax battles and Gigantamax battles. I don't recall off the top of my head, but if you do get a good amount or the same amount as you would from a raid, and do it. And here's the thing about the raids: the majority of the Stardust comes from completing the raid, not from catching the raid boss. So you may have to go with that old school try hard mentality of completing the raid, and if that raid boss is not a shiny, it's not a hundo or a 98 or 96 or anything like that, you may have to abandon it and just move on to the next raid. It'd be a day already. So you may have to use that strategy, because the objective here is to complete as many raids as you can within that time limit, because you're using that star piece. So you want to be efficient as possible with that. So there's that. Another thing that you may need to do, you may need to do some GBL, because you get a lot of Stardust from that, from especially if you can win. So there's that. I know like the majority of Pokemon Go players, they don't like GBL, but you may have to tackle into that joint and try to win. You may have to tackle into that joint and try to win. So there's that. There's that. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that would be helpful? Nothing I can think about the top of my head. So yeah, if there's any other strategies that you can think of that would help in getting starters, like share them. Feel free to share them. But yeah, that part, I kind of underestimated the importance of starting early and often when it comes to getting that Stardust, because like that's no joke. That was no joke. So, but I think I needed 8 days to get that done. So yeah, that happened there. And then after that, so now in terms of everything else, like the 200 super effective charge moves, again, another reason why I need to do raids and PvP, so you can actually get that out the way as well. So there's that as well. I'm trying to focus on this. Wait, did he faint? Oh, he did faint. There you go. Oops. There you go. What? Come on, man. I was in the middle of catching something. Wow. Then it was like, yeah, we're just gonna make it daytime now. Okay, whatever. So yeah. And then they reset him. Wow, that's messed up. So yeah, those are the strategies I have for you guys to reach level 32. Now, to reach level 73, you need 25 platinum badges, or medals rather. Again, we completed that, no problem there. So it's like whatever with that. Purify 100 shadow Pokemon. Now, here's the thing about that. The main strategy that I would tell you guys from this point going forward is when you encounter a Team Go Rocket Grunt, and I'm dead serious, when you encounter a Team Go Rocket Grunt and you capture that shadow Pokemon, you don't like this is what I did prior to this, because I like let me explain my reasoning behind this. So as the thing did not get caught, but let me explain my reasoning behind this. So when I would encounter the Team Go Rocket Grunt, what would happen is this: I would capture the Pokemon, the shadow Pokemon, and then I would store it. Like let me show you real quick. So I would tag it. So I have this. I have my Purified ASAP collection right here. I will store it in here. Why would I do this? Because back then I was worried about, yo, I need shadow Pokemon in case a field research task comes up or that is out there somewhere that will award you with something great, like a really cool encounter, that a shiny encounter, something like that. So basically for a field research task that are like, yo, that are really, really serious, that are really, really good, stuff like that. So I've been saving shadow Pokemon where you need 1,000 starters or 3,000 starters to purify them. Like the 5,000, no, I'm gonna save those. I would trash those. But the 1,000 or 3,000, I would save those in case I encounter a field research task late, like in the future, that was really, really good. Well, I had like, I think it was like 57 in this collection. And yeah, I had 57 in this collection. So I purified all 57 of those Pokemon, whatever the case may be. And then I literally went out and looked for some Team Go Rocket Grunts, battled them, took this shadow Pokemon and purified them. Let me see. Did that Mega Absol came back? No. Omega, not Omega, but the Alpha. So that's what happened. That's what I would do. So what the freak? Who attacking? Who's attacking? Wait, oh, it's this guy. But yeah, and then so yeah, and then I went out, looked for more grunts, found the grunts, and then also another thing I would do is, because here's another thing I would do, chat. I will also only battle Team Go Rocket leaders that I really want to battle because of the Pokemon that they're giving out. So for example, in this case, it would be Cliff, because I want that shiny shadow laboratory. So in that case, it would be Cliff. So I would normally ignore the other two, which means I'll be ignoring Rifey. Whenever she want to challenge me to a battle, I'll be like, nah, I can't, nah. Normally, I would ignore the other two and focus on that main one that I want to go for, that shiny shadow Pokemon. But in this case, I was like, you know what? Sacrifice got to be made. I'm going to find more grunts and I'm going to get that rocket radar anyway. So I would end up using it to battle Rifey and Cliff and Arlo. So like, yo, if you battle more of the grunts, you're going to get that rocket radar. And then if you just happen to one of those three leaders, doesn't matter who it is, battle them. Because purifying 100 Pokemon, I want to say that's no joke either, but I had a head start on it, so that's why I was able to come out ahead on that notion. The one thing I was having issues with, to a degree, was the win 30 raids. That's another thing you need to do. You need to win 30 raids. Now the other thing is power 3 Pokemon to the max. Like, all you had to do is just take some Pokemon that you have that's like low CP, but it could be a hundo. And it's like level stage 1 evolution, not a stage 2, not stage 3 that have low CP. No, so something like a Charmander, a Bulbasaur, a Magikarp, that is again a stage 1 evolution, but have like, you know, something like that. That is a hundo, something like that, and I just powered it up to the max. So that's what I did there. But to win 30 raids, you gotta drop some moolah. Unfortunately. Especially if you want to get that done as soon as possible. Like, you could do that in 30 days and use the free raid pass. It would be a local one, it'd be an in-person one, but you can do that. You can indeed do that if you want to. So that is an option. But yeah, there you go with that. So we completed that earlier today. So I completed that earlier today. So yeah, there you go with that. So right now we are at level 74. And this is the issue right here. So the 30 platinum medals, okay, I completed that already, so y'all know that, no big deal. Level up a max move 20 times, which is going to be the issue to a degree, because anytime I get like a good Dynamax or G-Max Pokemon, I always max out that max move. So it's like, what do I have? So it may be a scenario where, like, for example, I'm gonna have to take a defender and max out his attack. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. But sacrifices must be made, unfortunately. So it may be a scenario where I would have to do that. And then the other two are going to be an issue right here to a degree. Explore 200 kilometers and complete 250 field research tasks. So, and some people are struggling with that because of the whole 200 kilometers, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, like, you must have no life to get that, try to get that done within one day. I don't see that happening within one day. Or you must be a content creator who's gonna be like, you know what, I'm gonna take this day off and just walk for 200 kilometers within this one day or a day and a half or whatever. That's like crazy. That's nonsense right there, if I do say so myself. So in my case, I'm gonna like try to get this done by Sunday, next week Sunday, because here's the deal. Here's the thing that's going in my favor in regards to this, and actually y'all can see it right here actually. So I'm gonna show it to you guys right here. Here's the thing that's in my favor right here actually. So number one, oh, y'all can't even see the game. Hold up. Okay, that should be better. There it is. Number one, I'm gonna go out. So the thing, my plan is to go out and I'm gonna do routes every day. I done 2 today, but that was before this. So when I get done with this live stream, I may go out. I don't know. I don't know. I probably will do it, but I will go out and do cause there's 4 routes near my house. I'm gonna go out and do those 4 routes and then come back here and work on video, like a short-term video for tomorrow. I have a short video that I'm gonna try to release tomorrow. So there's that. But I'm also gonna do that 4 route thing every day until Friday. Because Friday, I mentioned it earlier today, is Yumicon. So Yumicon, I'm gonna be walking. Ooh, y'all spawn. I'm gonna be walking around Yumicon. And Saturday, we're really gonna be big in terms of me walking around. Not to mention, in terms of the 250 field research tasks, I'm gonna try and complete as many of those as I can along the way. And then, and Yumicon gonna be in downtown Detroit, so. And we talk about, like, what is it? The Rinsen and the Kobo Center. Even though the Kobo Center go by a different name, but and the Rinsen have many different names, but I'm calling it that nevertheless. There's a bunch of Pokestops down there. So it's like, yo, I'll be down there Friday and do tasks there. So if I can manage to pull off, how many tasks during that time span? But the thing about Saturday though is I might, that's a what is it called? That's a max battle day. So I may hook up with the community ambassador first, and then go to Yumicon. So I might do that first. And then, but Friday I will definitely be I will, after I get off work, I'm going straight to Yumicon. So that's definitely happening. But Saturday I'm gonna hit up the community ambassador first. The only exception to that is unless there's like a panel that is happening at Yumicon around that same time, then it's like, yo, I'll just have to hope that people playing Pokemon Go at Yumicon is or remote. So those are my options right there. Those are my 2 options right there. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. We'll see how that goes. But hopefully I can get this done by Sunday. I don't know about before Sunday, but if I can get this done like during Sunday, then that would be great as well. We'll see how that goes. Now, looking at what's next. After we get that done, we got level 75. We gotta earn 34 platinum medals again. We're good with that. Hatch 75 eggs is going to be crazy. Especially since I'm like got a bunch of 12-kilometer eggs on me. So it's like, that's kind of not ideal to have 12-kilometer eggs on me. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, I think I forgot to try catch that. But yeah. We shall see how that goes right there. Now, what else is on the list? Make 999 great throws. So we're back to that. So we got plenty of time to do that because I thought we were going to have 75 eggs in one day. So it may take us some time to get that done. And then, of course, we got the 999 great throws. And then we got to send 500 gifts to friends, which is, that's going to be a problem because there's a certain amount of gifts. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think there's a cap in terms of, I'm like, where's my Charizard? There's a cap in terms of, I don't think there's a cap. I know there's a cap in terms of how many gifts you can open, but I don't recall if there's a cap in terms of how many gifts you can get and how many gifts you can send out. I want to say no. I could be mistaken in that though. So we'll see what happens with that, but to send 500 gifts in a day is going to be crazy. I mean, not in a day, but to send 500 gifts alone is going to be crazy. But yeah, we're going to try to get that done. All this may take me probably another week. I'll be honest, probably another week. That 75 eggs thing is going to hold me back. That is going to hold me back because I got Legends EA. I got to work, do the streams. So yeah, I cannot knock that down within a day or two, anything like that. Now, let's move on to what's needed for the level 76. 38 platinum medals. Again, we got that done. Defeat 100 Team Go Rocket Grunts, which I kind of done, not necessarily similar to that, but yeah. So like, I can go out with like, they're like let me explain something real quick. Like last night, I went out and I did about like, how many did I do? I knocked out, I think 30 grunts within 2 hours. So if I reach level 76 before the weekend, I can knock that out within in 1 weekend. And then we got, but to explore 300 kilometers, yeah, that's gonna like, there's no point in doing that within 1 weekend. Explore 300 kilometers. That's gonna be another, that may be a week and a half, to be honest. That's a week and a half, if I did say so myself. And catch 200 Pokemon in a single day. Well, obviously you gotta do that in 1 day. But that should not be hard. God dang it. So that should not be hard. Because there's a few spots that I can hit up and catch Pokemon like crazy. So obviously we got the Civic Center Dearborn. We got downtown Dearborn to be exact. Not my secret spot unless I lure them up, and then maybe. But probably the Civic Center Dearborn would be the best spot. That is somewhere close. Maybe in Rouge Park too, but Rouge Park is so massive, so it's like I don't know about Rouge Park. So I don't know about that one, but yeah. We have options in terms of where to go to try and pull that off. Yeah, that 300 kilometer thing, that's gonna be a problem right there. That's gonna be a problem. Level 77. 41 platinum medals again. We good on that. Let me see. Power Pokemon 7 of them to the max CP, so we gotta do that again. Oh gosh, okay. Win 100 max battles. Oh gosh, and then make 10 trades with Pokemon card at least 300 kilometers apart. That's gonna be easy right there. That's gonna be easy. The 100 max battles thing is gonna be annoying. Well, it ain't gonna be annoying, but the one that's gonna be annoying, in my opinion, is the power set Pokemon to max. But nevertheless, all this could be done in one day. All of this could be done in one day. Right now, that's not true. What am I thinking? The 100 max battles. I probably need 3 days for that. I probably need 3 days of that, maybe 4. So there's that. Level 78. 44 platinum medals. Oh my gosh. 400 hearts with your buddy. Explore 400 kilometers. Complete 500 field research tasks. Oh, they making this tough. That's gonna take, I'm gonna be honest, that's gonna take about 2 weeks. At least. That's 2 weeks right there. Like, you ain't getting this done within a week. You gotta have no job to get this done within a week. Like, there's no way. You need a bunch of popping. You gotta have a bunch of Pokestops near you. That's crazy. And then let's look at level 79. Level 79, 47 platinum medals. Defeat a Team Go Rocket leader 30 times. Hatch 100 eggs. And obtain 50 lucky Pokemon in trades. Like, nobody's gonna reach level 80 for a long time. Like, nobody's gonna reach level 80 for a long time. That's gonna be nuts. That's nuts right there. And then speaking of level 80, here's what you need to do. 50 platinum medals, I got that done already. Win 800 trainer battles. 80 trainer battles in GBL. Now, by the way, you can only do, is it 20, 25 battles per day? So you won't get this done in a day. Right off the bat, that's a no. You ain't getting that done in the day. Unless it's like doing like a go battle weekend, like a GBL weekend, something like that. You're not getting this done in one day. It didn't say battle, it said win. You ain't getting that done in one day. Make 999 excellent throws and win 80 raids. That's crazy. So there you go with that. And it's going to be tough. It's going to be time consuming. You need a lot of patience. So it's like, this is going to be crazy. If I do say so myself, that's going to be crazy. So there you go with that. But I like the fact that, yo, we got something to go for. So yeah, a lot of people are going to be going crazy for it. But let's back up to, I believe we had 74. Yeah, we're trying to get to 74, that is. We had 73, trying to get to 74. And I don't know if there's anybody in my friends list that's already at level 74. Yeah, Reverso at 73. Let me see. Awesome Adam at 73. And Cruise Ship at 73 as well. Who else do I have on my friends list that I consider try hard? I don't have Fleece on my friends list. His friends list full. Nope, I don't have Brendan Ton because he like to add people and then kick him out. I don't recall who I got on my friends list that I would look at and say, oh, there's a tryhard. Or they're potentially a tryhard. But I don't think anybody's 74 yet. I don't know. I don't know anybody who's 74 yet. But some people, oh wait, what about her? Oh, she's well, there you go. She's 74. She's 74. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, she is 74. I'm gonna send her a gift actually. And on that note, where is he? Hold up. Wait, I see this is alphabetical order. He's 75. What the heck? What you gotta do to reach 75 again? Make 999 great throws, hatch 75 eggs, and send 500 gifts to friends. Gun, dang, okay. So he trying to go for 76. Yo, he may have a legit shot. I don't know, man. This is the trainer club right here. This is the trainer club. Let me open his gift, by the way. I think he's in Barcelona or something like that. Oh yeah, let's open his gift. And then I'm about to send him a gift too. So yeah, that's crazy. Let me check somebody else real quick. One more person. Where are you? There you are. Let me see where you at. Oh, he got 71. Oh, dang. He been slacking. Okay. So, yeah. I mean, it's going to get, like, it's going to be at a point where, you're gonna have to do something that's gonna take you a long period of time, and it's not even time gated. Like, oh, you gotta do this within you gotta do this 7 days straight on the free. No, it won't be like that, but it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be really, really crazy. So yeah, that's gonna be crazy. All right. So let's move on to the next topic. The Halloween event. The Halloween event is going on right now. Tyler, if you're still in chat, what do you think about the Halloween event so far? So I think the Halloween event is cool. The problem is with the whole 11 and up system, there's some people that I know that are focused more so on the 11 and up system than the Halloween event itself. So that may have taken away some of the shine of the Halloween event, in my opinion. So that is something that may be a thing. Oh yeah, let's go here with it. So there's that. But let me look at the shiny. Let me look at the shinies real quick. So I got a bunch of Zorora because I just been quick catching them, and yeah, there you go. So we got the Sableye, for example. Got the Sableye. I told y'all about this earlier today. The shiny Sinnoh's T, which is dope. And then a Zorora, another one, and another one. I don't think the other Zorora can be shiny in the game yet. I could be mistaken. And then I don't even know where this came from. This is a shiny Shumpy. I have no clue where that came from. But apparently that was caught 3 days ago. I don't remember. I don't know. Then we got a shiny Purrloin, shiny Meowth, the Alolan Meowth, shiny Sableye, shiny Meowth. Cause this was when I was trying to get that 100 million star, not 100, that 1 million Stardust. Another shiny Sableye, and then a foot. Okay, I don't think that was doing the Halloween event, but yeah, we got the foot. Yeah, okay. So there you go. But yeah, I think the Halloween event has been going good. Part 2 should be starting up. I think part 2 is now, actually. I could be mistaken in that, but I think part 2 is going on right now. So, but nevertheless, I think the Halloween event is going great, if I do say so myself. All right, let's move on to the next topic, which is this game that I'm playing right here, playing Legends ZA. And here's the thing with the Halloween event, it's overshadowed not just because of the new 11 and up system, but because of this game. I'm gonna change tracks because this game is real. So there's so much going on right now. So it's like people are either playing ZA or they're out trying to level up to level 80. But nevertheless, this game is great. I love this game. I don't understand why it's getting the hate that it's been getting. To me, I think, it's just a bunch of haters. That's what I think it is. But yeah, this game is great. I've been live streaming it. Where we at on the stream? Okay, I can say it. I've been live streaming it on Twitch, twitch.tv/Tru_Inferno. So I've been live streaming the story. And once I get done with the story, we're going to be doing some shiny hunts and things of that nature on stream as well. So yeah, this is going to be that Pokemon game that people are going to be messing with for a good minute. For a good minute. So yeah, there you go with that. And I also said this. I said this on Twitter. I said this in Tom's stream. I'm gonna say it right here. If this game would have came out any other year, in my honest opinion, it would have been nominated for Game of the Year. It wouldn't win it, but it would be nominated for Game of the Year. If this game would have came out any other year except this year. And this year, there's no way. It have no shot. It's not happening. Never mind winning game of the year. It's not going to be nominated this year. Not this year, no. But if this game would have came out, I don't know about last year, but the year before last, or maybe next year, it would be a nominee for game of the year. It wouldn't win it, but it would be a nominee for game of the year. That's how great I think this game is. This is the best Pokemon game that they came out with on the Switch. Switch or Switch 2. So that's my take on this game. So a lot of high praise about the game. It's not perfect, but it's a really great game. It's a really great Pokemon game. So if you're a Pokemon fan, you got, and I highly recommend you playing on the Switch 2. Based on what I heard, playing this on the Switch is like no brainer. Like, don't do that. But if you got a Switch 2, you need to pick this game up. You need to pick this game up. And actually, you know what? I saw on Twitter, I don't remember, it had to be yesterday. The Pokemon Center was selling this, I think at 15% off. Like the Switch 2 bundle, the Switch 2 with this game, they were selling that at 15% off. So I'm like, yo, that's crazy, man. So if you don't have a Switch 2 yet, now is the time to pick that mug up. Now is the time to pick that mug up. So that's my thoughts on this game. All right, let's move on to the next topic, and that would be October's best events. So let's go ahead and give everybody a reminder regarding what's going on throughout the month of October. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to bounce over here, actually. So there we go. So here's all the events that's going on in the month of October, as I'm going to put my controller down for this real quick. So here we go. We got, okay, so this XP celebration thing, that went on for like the last part of, what is it, August, and all throughout September. So we're not going to count this. It's just basically like, yo, we give you the opportunity to get a bunch of XP. That's basically what that is. So we're not going to count that. We got the Steel Skyline event that started in September, but the majority of it happened in October. We got the Metal Metagross Raid Day event. We got the Harvest Festival. We got the Community Day, which was Solstice. I was in Milwaukee for that, for regionals. We'll talk more about that later on in this stream. And then we got the ZA Celebration event, which is what I'm playing right now, actually. And then in the middle of that, we had a Mega Rayquaza Raid Day event. And then we got the Halloween Part 1 event. And actually, Part 2 starts tomorrow. Part 2 starts tomorrow. And then we just got done with the Go Battle Weekend event. So, now, cheating is to say the Halloween event. But if we go, because that's like the reason why that's cheating, because that's out of everything that happens in October, the Halloween event is always the best event, without question. That is always the best event. So we're not even going to pick that. So instead, I'm going to say the best event in October. Let me look at the Harvest Festival event. Let me see what that was about. Let me get a refresher. So obviously we got Diplin that came in, and Hydropper, which I didn't really involve one of those yet. I want to say. Let me see. What is that? DIP? Okay, so we need to evolve an Applin to a Diplin and then all the way up there. Okay, so I see what's going on here. Okay. I need to see. Let me see. What's this one? Okay, I need to do some research in terms of those IVs, because like I have some PvP IV ones. So I'm like, I need to do research on that. But I haven't done any evolutions towards Hydropple yet. But let me see, anything else that happened here? Looks like that's a no. There was nothing else here that happened here, aside from getting new Pokemon. And you know, nothing wrong with getting new Pokemon, so there's that. Okay, let's take a look at the Steel Skyline event. The Steel Skyline event, the Rowlodon came into the game as a what is that? Was that as a as a what is it, Dynamax Pokemon, and it could be shiny. So not much. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna say. The best event in the month of September is the Mega Rayquaza Raid Day. I mean, it's Rayquaza. It's Rayquaza. Without question, it's Rayquaza. So in my opinion, that's the best event that happened this month in October. Again, we are excluding the Halloween events because picking that is so obvious. Like everybody and mama would say that the Halloween event is the best event in the month of October. It always is. And that is definitely the case this year. But aside from the Halloween events, I'm going with the Mega Rayquaza Raid Day. That's the best event in the month of October. The worst event, oh, that's easy. That's the Legends ZA event. Because there was nothing going on with that game, with that event. But I think they did that on purpose. I think they did that on purpose. The reason why I think they did that on purpose is because they knew that people were going to be playing this game as opposed to going out and taking part in the Legends ZA celebration event on Pogo. Like, they knew people were not going to be playing Pogo like that when this game drops. Like, no. So, I'm going to say it was that, but I think they did that on purpose. So, excluding that, I'm going to go with the Steel Skyline event. I'm going to go with the Steel Skyline event. Outside of Shiny Duraludon and 4-star Dynamax raids, there was nothing really going on with that event. So, I'm going to go with the Legends ZA Celebration event. And then outside of that, it's the Steel Skyline event. Those two are the worst events for the month of October. Okay, so with that out the way, we can move on to November's events. So again, we're going to switch it up back over here. So give you a week course in terms of what's happening next month. So this is coming up this weekend. I believe this is Saturday. Yes, this is Saturday. Gigantamax Garbodor Max Battle Day. So that's TwitchCon's heck no. That's Yumicon weekend. So I don't know where I'm gonna be for that. I need to see what's up with Yumicon panels. If they have some interesting panels, then I won't be hanging out with the community ambassador. I would be at Yumicon and hope that people there are taking part in that. If there's no panels there that pique my interest, I'm gonna be with the community ambassadors until I get the shiny, whatever the case may be, and then I'm headed straight for Yumicon. Now, November the 4th, which I believe is a Tuesday. Yeah, that's a Tuesday. From November the 4th to November the 9th, we got the Enchanted Hollow event. And then on the 10th is Into the Wild. That's all the way up to the 14th. And then immediately after that, we got the Go Wild Area Global event. That would be on... Wait, that starts on Friday? I thought that was a Saturday, Sunday. I don't know about that. Hold on. Oh, yeah, they got the dates wrong. Because they said the 15th. The 15th is a Saturday. So it should be 15th to the 16th. I don't know why they said 15th to the 17th. So that's weird. But yeah, that would be going on that week. Also, the weekend prior, the Go Wild in Japan would be happening. But that's in Japan only. I'm not going to that. And then after this, we got the High Voltage event. That would be on the 18th to the 22nd. And then we got, again, they did it with the 3-day thing here. The Dynamax Max Battle Weekend event. Which would be... Let me see. Let me get the exact dates. The 22nd, wait, is it the 22nd to the 23rd? Or is it legit the 21st to the 24th? I don't know. Cause I think I did see that on that actual announcement thing. And let me see. Let me go to Twitter real quick. I'm about to switch up back over here real quick. I'll see where the music go. But let me look at Pokemon Go's official Twitter real quick. Because I think even they put those dates down. So let me double check those dates real quick. And then I'll get back to you guys. Let's see. This is for November. Here it is. Okay. So I think it's this one right here. All right. So let's switch back over here. Yep, they do have those dates. So it is the 21st to the 24th. And then, of course, in terms of the wild area joint right here, it's the 15th for the 16th. So I don't know why they got 15th to the 17th there, but nevertheless, the official Pokemon Go Twitter account do indeed have that, so that's weird. And then Final Justice is from the 25th to the 30th, and in the middle of that we have the Dynamax Max Battle Weekend event. So 2 of these joints happening in the month of November, the Dynamax versions anyway. So that would be on the 29th, on the 30th, and on the same day as the 30th is Community Day. I'm assuming that's a Sunday. Wow. Okay, so excluding the Go Wild Area event, because that's obvious, the event that I'm looking forward to the most, to be perfectly honest, is this one right here, this Dynamax Max Battle Weekend That is from the 21st to the 24th. I want to know, why is that a 4-day thing as opposed to a 2-day thing? I'm very curious about that. So I want to know what that's about. So I'm very curious about that. That's the one that intrigues me the most right there. So there you go with that. All right, let's move on to this. So when was this? This was, how many weeks ago was this? 2 weeks ago? Well, a little over 2 weeks ago. So I drove to Milwaukee on October the 9th. And regionals were from October the 10th to the 12th in Milwaukee. I didn't compete. I was thinking about it. So, So, okay, let me, okay, I think I figured out how to tell this story. I was considering competing at this regional tournament because of the fact that there were not a lot of well-known names that were taking part in the tournament. And like, right when I was on the verge of like, yo, you know what? I'm about to take part. Shout out to the Pokemon Company. Shout out to the Pokemon Company International. They hit me up with free access to regionals. And I was like, do I compete, but pay to compete? Granted, I think it's like $40, but do I still pay that to compete? Or do I not compete and just show up for free? So I showed up for free. Again, shout out to the Pokemon Company and the Pokemon Company International for hashtag free_access to Pokemon Regionals in Milwaukee. So I drove there. It was like a good 6-hour drive, something along those lines. And I remember I pulled over at a gas station because I was tired. So I took a nap. I think it was like a 30-minute nap at the gas station. And then I used the bathroom, got some snacks. I actually got some Ghost energy drinks. Shout out for Shannon for putting me on to that. And then I took off. I hit the road again. And then I think I made another stop because I didn't make another stop. But yeah, I got there, got food. The hotel wasn't bad, you know, it was okay. It was all right, it was cool. It wasn't bad. There's a funny story that happened involving the hotel though. But yeah, it was cool. It was cool. Now, Friday, in terms of my work scenario, because I took no days off, by the way. I took no days off for this trip. So here's what I ended up doing in terms of like work, which is like over there that is. So now remember, we are in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So that's Central Time Zone. So they are an hour behind me, who is in Eastern Standard Time Zone. So normally I would have to wake up at 7 o'clock a.m. over there, which would be 8 o'clock over here. But I made a request, 2 of them actually. The first request was I start work an hour early. That's number 1. And number 2, we have these things called religious hours where we could take 2 hours off of work. And I was like, yeah, I would like to use my religious hours on this day. And it was like, okay, cool. So I had to wake up at 6 in the morning over there, which would be 7 o'clock in the morning here. And I worked for 6 hours. So over there, it was like 6 a.m. to noon. So, and then after that, they also did a free shuttle bus that can take you anywhere within 3 miles or something like that. So they were able to take me to the venue. So I got down there. I think it was like close to 1 o'clock when I got down there. And I hit up the Pokemon Regionals exclusive Championship Series merch store. And if you see my stream on Twitch, my first stream on Twitch when I got back, I got that leather jacket, which is what I really wanted, that leather jacket. I also got, this right here, the play mat. I haven't opened it yet, but I got the play mat right here. And I think they're both over here as well. Let me see if I can find them. Where are they? Yeah, wait a minute, where are they? Let me grab all these. Okay, no, that's not it. Yeah, I thought I put them over here. But I did get 2 sleeves. That are exclusive to the Championship Series merch. I don't know where I put them sleeves. I thought they were over here, but apparently not. But yeah, I did get 2 of them because there was like different ones. I don't know where they had it. Probably over there, that table over there. I don't know, but I did get 2 different ones. So I got 4 things from that merch store. Not to mention, I got this and I got this. So here's the story involving this. I was looking at, because there was like different vendors there, and I was like, okay, what was I thinking? Oh, I was looking to see who had this at a very reasonable price. I kept seeing 90, 95, 100, 110, 120, and I was like, nah, bro, that ain't happening. But then I came across this one vendor, $75, and I'm like, yeah, give me that. Give me that. So I got that. And then in regards to this, they had a prize wall, so you can take part in side events, side tournaments, scavenger hunts. And if you get enough points, you can go to the prize wall and get anything you want from there. Just, you know, pretty much depending on how many points you have. So they had the Pokemon Center version of this, and that was what I was going for, but they sold out. And that one cost 400 points, and I got 400 points. Got to part in 3 tournaments and 2 side quests, or scavenger hunts rather. And I got 400 points. So when I went up there, the Pokemon Center version was out, but they had this one for 300, and you could get one of these for 10 points. So I'm like, okay, let me get the 300 on that, and let me get 10 of these for 100. So yeah, these are 10 Destined Rivals packs, and I got another ETB. I got another one. Yeah, I got another one. Yeah, I just got one. I got one over there. So I got 2 of these ETBs. None of them on Pokemon Center, fortunately, but whatever, that's fine. And I got 10 of these packs. So there you go with that. Met up with some cool folks down there. Met some folks for the first time. Seen some folks that I haven't seen in a good minute. It was fun. Going to regionals is always fun. And like the final match was crazy. Like it ended, I think it ended in 1 HP. It was really, really crazy, man. That match was nuts. So I had a good time in Milwaukee, but because of that final match, I didn't leave Milwaukee till like late. I was supposed to leave. I'm thinking day 2 finals, they were gonna show the what is it? The winners finals, the losers finals, and the grand finals. No, they did the entire day 2. The entire day 2 was dedicated to the final 16. So the 8 in the winners brackets and the 8 in the loser brackets. So they did all of that and completed the tournament in that second day, that Sunday. And I'm like, gun dang it, I can't leave to this end. And that didn't end till like 5:30. I didn't leave until 6:30. So I didn't get home till like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I had to work the next day. So that was fun. But nevertheless, I'm here safe and sound. So they go with that. Yeah, but it was a fun trip. If you have not been to a regionals, I would say go to a regionals, especially if it's one near you. So, and I'm trying to think. There is a way to look and see if a regional is coming towards you. So I would probably say, let me see if I can try this real quick. I would probably say you do Pokemon regionals locations 2026. And then the first link, if you Google search that, the first thing that comes up is the Pokemon Championship Series events. So I'm gonna click on that. And actually I can show you this right here real quick. Yep, and this is the list. They got all the lists. So this is everything that is left. Not everything that is going on throughout the season, but this is everything that is left within the season. So let's see, Brisbane, and then we got this right here. The next one that's in America is the Vegas joint. That's going to be huge. A lot of people are going to that one. I'm not going to that one, but a lot of people are going to that one in Vegas. That one is going to be huge right there. And then we got this one, and then we got the Latin America International Championships. I don't know where that's going to be at, but yeah, let's see where that's going to be at real quick. That one is going to be, look like Sao Paulo. Here it is right here. Yeah. Oh, that's in Brazil. Okay. Oh, what's his face? Surago, I'm probably gonna go to that. Most likely. The Toronto one is in January. Now, as tempting as that is, there's 2 problems with that. Number one, well, actually, technically, there's 3 problems with that. Number one, that's in January. So we talking potential snow. Because I can drive to Toronto. That's a 4-hour drive. Well, I personally never done it before, but I have been in the car with family who have done it plenty of times. So that drive is no problem. But the problem is potential snow. So it's like, I don't know about that. I don't know if I should pull that. So that's number one. Number two, that's a month before I go to it. And I'm going to go to it. So I'm going to go crazy with the traveling like that because, you know, we got Go Tour. And then a month before that, we got the City Safari event. And I'm going to that as well. I already booked everything for that. That's December, obviously. We're going to talk about that in a second. So for me to go to City Safari December, that in January, and then Go Tour in February, I can't do that. I can't do that. Which brings me to number three. I'm going to be busy during this time booking my Japan trip for May and early June. Like the Japan trip, and then whatever the North American Go Fest would be, which is potentially going to be in Chicago. The North American Go Fest is potentially going to be in Chicago. So there you go with that. So there's three reasons why I won't be able to swing this one. And then let's see, we got, so but if you live close to Toronto, so if you're in Detroit, you can make that work if you want. Like if you don't mind driving in potential snow, I guess. But you can make that work nevertheless. And then let's see, we got the European International Championship, which is not on the same weekend as Go Tour, thank goodness. And then we got Seattle. That one might be a big one as well. And then Houston. Oh, Houston gonna be a big one in my opinion. Cause I seen some people get excited about Houston. I won't be going to that one. I won't do Seattle either. But yeah, I know some people who are really excited about that one. Now, you know what's funny? They did announce Orlando, and I'm like, yo, I may swing Orlando. It's early April. Granted, again, I just said like, yo, I understand the whole but next month you got Japan, you got the North American Go Fest at the same time. I might be able to swing that. I don't know yet, but I might be able to swing that. And then Melbourne's getting one, which is Australia, obviously. And then, of course, we got the North American International joint, which, let me look up that weekend. Real quick. That's June. So, February, March, April, May. Okay, yeah, I thought so. So here's the thing about that weekend. Another rumor going around is that Denmark is having a Go Fest, their European Go Fest. And the rumor regarding that is, as I'm trying to say the game, hitting the wrong button, that Go Fest will be going on that same weekend as North American International Championships. So that's going to be interesting. And then, of course, we got the big board here. We got Worlds here in San Fran. I'm going to that one. Without question, I'm going to that one right there. So you can make a regional work if it's close to you. And if it is close to you, I say go. Because, like, there's a ton of fun to be had at a regional tournament. I mean, yeah, at a regional event. So if you can swing it, if it's close to you, I say go. All right. So with that said, let's move on to the last topic here, as we got a Sinistee here. That's not shiny, but it says. And that would be City Safari. I just mentioned it, the City Safari event. So they announced 3 more that would be happening in December. And I know where the first 2 are, but I don't remember exactly where the other one is. So there's going to be one in Sydney, Australia, which pissed me off. And I'll explain why in a second. Sydney, Australia, Miami. I'm going to that one, by the way. And Buenos Aires in Argentina. So the Seattle one pissed me off because, not Seattle, the Sydney, Australia one pissed me off because I always wanted to go to Australia. And I can't make it work this year. But if I were to go to Australia, I wanted to go for a Pokemon event. Let me show you what I'm looking at. This right here would have been perfect. But I can't swing it because I don't have the time off. I don't have the money. I'm saving all that for a 2026 Japan trip. So instead, I have to do the Miami one, which ain't a bad, alternative, but I'm gonna try to do Australia next year though. So hopefully they have a Pokemon event in Australia late next year. So that's what I'm hoping for right there. So if you're going to the Miami one, I will see you there. If you're going to the Miami one, I will see you there. I know Mrs. Mom going, Daniela's going, Lebo's going, King Leo's going. I don't know who else is going, but yeah. And yeah, there you go. There you go with that. Okay, let's switch it up right here. We're about to call it a wrap for this month's edition of the Tru Inferno Show, because there's a lot of stuff that I have to do tonight, and I'm gonna go to bed at a decent hour, to be honest. So thank y'all for showing up for this edition of the Tru Inferno Show. The next one will be in November, obviously. We talking November what's that day? Ooh, the last day of the month of November? November 30th. I'm gonna try to get a special guest on there. And if I do manage to get a special guest, that would be the last special guest of the year. Because for December's edition of the Tru Inferno Show, that's between Christmas and New Year's, and I ain't trying to bug anybody who may be celebrating the holidays, so I'm not even gonna do that. I'm not gonna bug anybody. So if I can manage to find a special guest for November's edition of the Tru Inferno Show, that would be the last guest for the year. So there you go with that. I'm gonna call it a wrap now. So with all that said, y'all know what this is. This is boy New J Gatsby, aka New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see you next time. Yeah.